Hello everyone. I think we're good. I'm trying to see if my recording is working. Trying to see if I can record. Oh, okay, it's going. Trying to record these as well, just in case. I don't know, just in case. Everyone. Still have not cleaned this room. If you joined us last week, it's really chaotic right now. Kind of like my life, but it's okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to charge this controller. Let me see if I can find a... Is this a micro USB? Yeah. Let me charge this. Okay. Hello, everyone. There is a greater than 0% chance that this does not work tonight. So that's right. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna give it a lot of time. The stream, huh? Is something happening? Huh? Stream's current bit rate is what? Can you change the bit rate while in the middle of the stream? Hey, Cloud and Tifa 2000, how you doing? I'm using a 25,000. That's weird. I don't know why YouTube reports it as low bit rate, but okay, that's fine. Guess we're just gonna go with it. All right, sorry about that, awkward. Okay, hello everyone. I have a couple of things to talk about, I guess, a couple of things that I've acquired, and I guess we could talk about plans. The plans are probably not going to involve YouTube videos for the foreseeable future. We'll have to see, though, because there's some things like the ideas I have for videos are, obviously, when the Morph analog bridge comes out, I would love to do even just a lightweight video comparison. I really don't know, because as we're getting to better and better scalers, and it's not, most of the time it's not immediately noticeable what the differences between the Morph and the RetroSync 4K are. It's going to be hard, because it's really going to be edge case stuff where they're going to differ in support. So I don't really, hi RS Matrix, I don't really know how I'm going to handle that, but you know, just that's kind of like a video that I want to make, is some kind of a comparison between those two. I'm definitely going to be building a Sega Neptune. Definitely gonna try to see how much of that I can have PCBWay assemble themselves. Then I've got, you know, in addition to all the mods I had before, I still need to send my consoles to Dan, my N64 consoles that are not working, one to Dan and one to Consoles for You. They're just kind of chilling here. Other than that, I did actually get, and I was planning to do this tonight. Where'd it go? She gone. Where is that box? Oh, it's up here. Wait a minute, I found it. Hold on, almost done. I have Whoa. You can't really see it, but this is a retro gem. And these there's only one necessary, but these are the this is never gonna work, is it? These are the GameCube flex cables. So I was intending to do this tonight. A box? Yeah, it's a box. No, it's the GameCube retro gem. I was planning to do that tonight, but Dan says that the documentation is not ready yet. Yes, GameCube. So we're not doing that tonight, unfortunately. I wanted to do it, but it is what it is. So maybe next week if Dan gets the instructions done. That's just chilling. Okay. The goal tonight, oh, I forgot to put this over there, is, oh, and one more thing, I suppose. We were driving in a local strip mall, and randomly we found these PlayStation games in a snowbank. This is Final Fantasy VIII for the PlayStation 1. It has every disc, and they're actually not that scratched. So yeah, it's all wet still because it's been drying out down here. The discs are probably fine, but I don't think the manuals are probably ruined, but because you can see the condensation still. So I thought I was not going to stop and pick this up, but my girlfriend stopped and got them, and because we didn't know what it was, we thought they were like discs or something. Hey, a guy from Ontario. Yeah, hello. And the other one is Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never heard of this game, Forbidden Memories, and I don't know why it's in a dual case when I only have one disc. So maybe they ran out of dual cases or something. So I don't know. This is just a fun random thing we found. Pretty sure you can get Final Fantasy games still at GameStop. Maybe the old ones. Yeah. Okay. Tonight we're doing LumaCode. I guess this is the first time I've done anything with LumaCode. Now I was going to wait. So I guess we're going. Okay, hold on. I know almost nothing about this other than I think it should work, and I think it's available already. There was for a while. This is the PPU digitizer, right? So LumaCode, you kind of need a computer/console specific board to generate the LumaCode signal, and then usually you have some kind of it's like an analog signal kind of, but it's a digital video being sent through an analog line, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, the reason I say that is because along with all right, let me talk about the setup when it's done. So let's take our console here. I got another console, another NES front loader. I have, as you can see back here on the speaker, you see the speaker? I have at least 3 NESs. I don't know why I put them out here. I have a 4th one somewhere. Oh, I don't know. I have a 4th one, but basically every single one of those has a different mod in it. 2 different NES RGBs, different versions, and one of them is a Lava RGB, I think. And now this is the one that's going to be dedicated to the LumaCode. So we're going to talk about it. Digital over analog. Yeah, sorry. Well, it's I don't even know. Okay. Basically, you need. All right. I'm going to be terrible at explaining this. Let me see. Is there a LumaCode? There is a LumaCode thing, web page, but I don't know how much it's going to bail me out of not properly explaining this. Guess we'll just view the page first. Okay. We're here, but this has got to be here. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is specifically the PPU digitizer, which is the version of this mod that is specific to the NES. Now it says the PPU digitizer is a small modification board for the NES game console. It will passively listen to the data transfer between the PPU and the rest of the system and reconstructs the screen information in a semi-digital form. That's why I kept saying it's like a mix of analog and digital. It is digital, like it's a digital source signal, but it's kind of being transmitted at different voltage levels, I think, like through over an analog signal, but it's digital signal, source signal. And then it could be upscaled by a LumaCode compatible upscaler. So there, as far as I know right now, there are 2 LumaCode compatible upscalers. The first, and for other people that are using LumaCode, LumaCode is also for like retro computers as well. Where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. The one that most people who are using, other people that are using LumaCode are probably going to be using this as their upscaler. So this is the RGB to HDMI. I featured this before. It can input or take in CGA or EGA video, which is like another retro computer format. But there's another little piece that you could swap out instead of this CGA port. It's like a little analog port that has 6 pins, and that can accept this other little piece. Basically, you'll see when we install the PPU digitizer into the NES, it's actually going to be the output of that signal is going to be coming out of the RF port. The RF will be disabled, or like I don't know if we have to cut traces or something, but like it's not going to be this, RF is kind of gone forever, but in its place you get LumaCode. So that's where this cable comes in. It's got RCA on one side, right? And then the other side it has this, I never know the name of this connector is, but it's like a 6-pin cable that plugs into that analog the other analog part for the RGB to HDMI. So this is probably a slicker setup. The problem is you'd have to buy this, the RGB to HDMI itself. RGB to HDMI runs off of a Raspberry Pi Zero. It's basically a hat for the Raspberry Pi Zero, and it takes in inputs and then it outputs through the Raspberry Pi Zero's mini HDMI interface. So that's what I was planning to use tonight. However, I didn't have the analog board that you need to get the LumaCode to be input, and I don't feel like hacking up this. I'll just wait and try that version another time. However, if we get far enough, I'm not really predicting we're going to get that far. But apparently the OSSC also supports it. So here's I think this is the Todd Gill case, the retrofraud case I printed for myself. I believe that this is going to work for us, hopefully. Again, I haven't really gone down that path yet, so I don't really know how easy it is going to be to set this up to work. But this is probably what, if you're watching this and you're interested in doing the LumaCode to your NES, you're more likely to have this upscale, the OSSC, the original OSSC, not the OSSC Pro. You'd rather have this than this. But this, I think, this would probably be the slicker interface once we get rock and rolling. Can't wait for Red to come in and shit on this project. Yeah, for sure. PPU digitizer sounds like a red herring project. No, Red, yeah, you guys are trolls already. Full PPU emulation. Yeah, I do understand where he's coming from. I think he does take it a lot too far sometimes. Let people enjoy things. It's fine. It's not like, you're really ruining things. Most people are not really ruining things. And at this point in NES modding life cycle, we do have reproduction boards. Like Red himself makes these reproduction boards. So as long as you're not literally like sitting there and like purposefully ruining PPUs and CPUs and things, I think it's fine. His concern is that you're not really utilizing the PPU of the original NES. You're really it's kind of using an FPGA core to reproduce some or all, I'm not sure exactly what percentage of the PPU, the NES RGB I'm talking about. This also, supposedly. But this is a little different because the NES RGB, in that case, you actually have to desolder the PPU from the board. With this, we should be able to install the digitizer underneath, like on the bottom of the board. We should not have to lift this, I think that's how it works. We shouldn't have to lift the PPU at all. So this should be an easier install, I think. So again, I warn you not to dive into this project yet, because there could be, I think NTSC support is kind of iffy. Not only that, supposedly it needs a specific CPU or PPU revision, which I do not have. I have a 20, let's see, actually, can we see that? Where does it say that? In compatibility, right? So it used to only work with PAL NESs. Now it says it works with PAL as well as most NTSC variants. And it says NTSC support was developed and tested with the most common 2C02G, which is that specific revision of the PPU. I believe mine is a 2C02E. So we're gonna send it. I think that this should be easy to remove if I ever have any problems or whatever. And it's it's easy enough to, well, yeah, I guess you'd have to remove this board to desolder the PPU, but Jeeves knows this up. I think Red is in on the joke too a bit. It's fun to razz him, but he dishes it back out. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know about that. I think there's a lot of types of people here in Retroland, and I don't know. It's important to let people have opinions about things. With that being said, it's also important to let people have the opposite opinion of things, and it's fine. Like, it's going to be okay. So, Red Herring Pixel Perfect Uncompromising Replacement IC. Yeah. TM. Trademark. Okay, sorry. Okay. Let's get back to starting this, I suppose. So, basically, apparently the issues that may arise because we're not using this G variant of the PPU is different behavior, I guess, in certain games, visual glitches in Bubble Bobble. I don't know. So it could be just edge case things, because I know that the PPU, different variants do have issues, or could have issues, I suppose, because they're not physically the same hardware. You can look at all the working. Well, I mean, it's too late for now. I'm just going to try to send it with the E Belmont, but yeah, we'll see. You just have a stash of working PPUs or something. Okay, so the actual kit is really not that many things. It's really the PPU digitizer board and this tiny little piece of wire. It's really just ribbon cable that was included. I mean, you could replace this with anything. And the reason that you use this is there's 2 pads on the PPU digitizer. Oh, it does tell you to prepare the board. So we're going to do all this stuff. We're going to tape down these bits on the NES. And the PPU digitizer gets soldered on the bottom here. Then you take these 2 little wires and you solder them there. And then you do something up here. Solder them to these vias near the RF port, I think. And then something about, let's see. Cut the PCB traces around the contact for the inner connector. I don't really know. Then solder the 1 wire coming from the Luma pad to the point for the inner connector, and solder the other pad to some nearby ground point. Okay, so that's not super clear. I wish there was a diagram cut here. But hey. And so this is why I was saying it's sort of a mishmash is what I'm trying to say, of analog and digital, because it's a digital signal, but it's being transmitted through this like serial analog connection, I guess. So it's kind of an interesting way of different way, as far as I know, than analog. So I don't really know. There's some other things. I guess that this is if you're probably trying to make your upscaler compatible, which I hope, for everyone's sake, I hope that both Mike Chi and Pixel Effects, I hope they can integrate eventually when the analog bridge is out, obviously. I hope that they can integrate LumaCode support, because that would make it basically, this piece, the PPU digitizer itself this is like $50, I think, something like that. And I guess really you would just need an RCA to RCA male-to-male cable. You wouldn't need anything fancy, nothing fancy, and you need 1 cable. So you could just, get a RCA cable and cut 1 piece off of it, and there's your LumaCode cable. I don't know if it supports audio. That's an interesting. I don't know how audio gets interfaced into it. We'll have to figure that out later. Red Herring is here. Someone who believes in freedom of speech. Yeah, I mean, within reason, I guess. I think that it's still, especially in retro, because I've been in retro for I haven't been, I'm not the oldest retro person in retro, but at least from 2016, it just, I don't know. There's just so much. There's so much you can, I guess what I'll say is I'm just against bullying in all forms. A lot of times, you know, these freedom of speech arguments really are about whether it's okay to bully or not bully. Not always, but in some cases, it's like, is it okay to bully this person? And people just send it and they bully people, and then they kind of try to defend why they bullied somebody. And it's just not necessary. You know, there's all types of people. Just don't do it. You know, leave people alone. Okay, sorry. You have an O2G. Okay, sweet. Only about 5% of front loaders have E revision chips. Ooh, okay. G is on all but 3 board revisions. Also, I got unlucky then, I guess you could say. Is OSSC LumaCode support still in beta? I honestly have no idea, and I don't know if there's a firmware update I need to do, so I should probably stop yapping and start working, and then we can figure out how far we can go. What are the pros and cons to doing this mod versus using a Mister with Snack? I will not consider these pros or cons. This is just another way for you to play an original console on as best as you can, like with as good. Well, damn it, Red always, you know, like Red is good at planting the seed that, you know, all NES emulation is bad. Because it might as well be an emulator, I suppose. Like you could stick a Raspberry Pi board. And honestly, don't hate me for a second. I really do think that there's a world where somebody starts making maybe Mr. like the Mr. Pi or something. Or I don't know if Raspberry Pi is the platform, but like Mr. Pi, I really wish that somebody would make a reproduction PCB that would fit in old cases. Like turn your NES into a Mr. You know, like just get some kind of like a daughter board, and yeah, I think that would be cool. But that's kind of what you're doing. I don't think it's any different than using using a Mister, other than that you're kind of using original hardware. You're making an attempt to stay more authentic. And not only that, you get cartridge support, which Mister doesn't have, and I don't know if it's ever going to have it, but yeah. It's in my opinion, Afflicted, it's personal preference. It's whatever you like. If you like having a nice, tidy setup where you don't have to fiddle with things that much, then Mister is probably fine. But if you like, actually, you know, for me, it's hard because I really don't have the space to have a dedicated console, like consoles dedicated to being set up. Like there's a pile there. They're not really hooked up though. If I had a space where I could it's less about space and more about me. I just constantly swap things out when I'm doing mods and testing things. I can't have things plugged in all the time. I just have like 3 or 4 of each console, and I just can't. Like, it's not feasible. So, yeah, I don't know. It's up to you if you prefer the original hardware in air quotes, I guess, and Mister. Freedom of speech is great, but that doesn't mean no accountability for what you say. And unfortunately, the internet that we're in now, like the version of the internet that we're accustomed to, is, you know, there's no such thing as bad news, right? It's marketing. Everything is marketing, right? If you have a bad interaction with somebody, or if they cause some kind of drama, it's pretty much good for them. And there's like rage baiter type people that will do it on purpose to gain views and things. And that's where, like, it's hard to distinguish sometimes between someone who is legitimately upset and trying to like have a reasoned argument about why something is bad, and somebody who's rage baiting. It's hard to tell sometimes. So yeah. I think you need to confirm your OSSC version. I think 1.8 supports LumaCode natively, and 1.7 needs a hardware mod. Okay, well, if we get to that point, I probably will need to do the hardware mod, because I have an original, well, not an original, but it's older hardware revision, so we might have to modify this too. Again, it goes back to me having, I should stop yapping and we should start it. It'll happen sooner or later. Technically, you can recreate ASICs from the FPGA code. Yeah. Sure. I think that we'll probably in the future have FPGA like PPUs and CPUs that are this size maybe, and then you can choose to go down the original hardware path or not, but with modern recreations. All right, I'm shutting up now. We need to take the console out and we need to start soldering the PPU digitizer to it. So let's go to the overhead. Whoa. Back up a little bit. I think I actually need to do one of these. Straighten my camera out. There we go. Okay. Yes, this is a nasty NES. I did not have time to clean it, so if you notice like it's got nasty dust and things, I'm sorry. But I'm doing my best. So so by testing this console, I got this console a couple of days ago, and the where is it? The cartridge slot, whatever, did not work. It just kept blinking light of death, whatever the red light of death. So this afternoon, I frantically tried to get this NES Slot Master working. I say frantically because it's not really a fault with the Slot Master, but the Slot Master does not have any way to bypass the CEC of the NES. So, for example, if I wanted to use my EverDrive using the Slot Master, there is no, well, the Slot Master that I have, I know there's a newer version that has the CEC bypass thing, but this one doesn't. So, while I'm taking this apart, I'll finish that story in a second. I found, I think it's on the NES Dev Wiki or something, there is instead of cutting the CIC, because I know you can cut a CIC leg to like disable it, I found this guide where you could just, I think it's like pin 7 on the CIC goes to pin 1 on this 74HCU04P up here, and then pin 9, which is the first pin on the top row, goes to the second pin there. Something about that overrides the CIC, and it acts like it's not enabled or something. So you could use this mod to use the NES Slot Master with a console that doesn't have the CIC bypass stuff. So, and it's reversible, which is nice. Doesn't the OSSC Pro do LumaCode? It might, or do you not have that? I don't own it anymore. I was Brandon Arnold let me borrow it, and so I sent it back to him after I finished my testing. Eventually, I might get one. Or you could do what the FPGA SID project does for the C64 and just use an FPGA that plugs straight in. Yeah, probably. Honestly, I do all my NES gaming on my Penguin Famiclone. That's the only true way to play NES games. If I had a nickel for any time I heard somebody say that this is the only way to play NES games, that have like a dozen nickels maybe. So yeah, I don't know about the LumaCode support on the OSSC Pro. All right, so let's get this out of here for now. The case. Here we go. Okay. This console is also not recapped. Maybe eventually I'll do it, but this is kind of a, I don't know. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna figure it out. So these are not recapped, and the big power filter cap here is not replaced. So YOLO, basically. All right, let's go back up and we'll figure it out. Where we gotta start. Okay, so it does say to put some electrical tape. If we switch to, okay. If we switch here, it says to put some electrical tape here. I think what I might do first, let's get my iron started. I need something. Yeah, this. Braid, solder braid. Oh, you know what? I have to, I don't know. I do need to take this off. I need to take this off here. Sure. Can't remove it. Come on. I think the slots on this CPU, I don't know, something about this is, oh gosh. Ah! Oh no, what did I do? I switched to the morph somehow. Okay. Why? Okay, we're still good? Okay, cool. Yeah, this thing kind of flew apart, but that's fine. I think it just goes back together. Okay. Maybe? I don't remember why. I don't know why this isn't. Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm just okay. I think I fixed it. Put that aside. All right. So let's orient it this way. The PPU location is right around here. What the installation instructions want us to do is put some tape down here, but I think these are just little test points. They're not really, there's nothing soldered into these. See these bumps here? That's my only concern, you know, when putting the digitizer in here. It goes over the you know, the pins here, on the bottom of the PPU pins. It doesn't sit 100% flush. I mean, it's probably fine, and there's no traces on the bottom of this board. Well, actually, there's the JTAG pins. I guess you could, these here, I guess could probably, maybe do something. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the solder braid to remove some of those thingies. Then we could put some, probably not electrical tape, but probably Kapton tape is what I'll be doing. Let's see how much of this we can remove. Okay. I think we're good. Maybe let me clean it up. Oh, there's a piece there that's still. Yeah, I was trying to say in the very beginning, there's a greater than 0% chance that we don't finish this just because we run out of, like, it just doesn't work or something. So, or the guides aren't available or something. So yeah, this might be a short stream, but you know, we're gonna give it a try. And if you've watched my streams before, I think my general vibe or my general how I operate is just kind of send it, you know, do as much as you can with what you know, and then if it doesn't work, then you know, just do it again another time. Okay. So I think that's flatter now. Let's see if I try, did I like rip any of those traces? I hope not. Hold on, I'm just making sure that I didn't like short anything or rip any traces. Okay. Okay, sweet. All right, now how about a strip of Kapton tape? We got to find the right diameter or width, I suppose, not diameter. I guess I could probably put 2 strips of this. Have this kind of thin Kapton tape. I think this is mostly just to protect shorts. Okay. I guess, I mean, it depends on how wide your strips are, but I think probably 1 is fine, but I'll put another one. Okay, sweet. All right, let's see. How good is this now? Yeah, I mean, it's flatter. Doesn't really like flop around anymore, so I think that we got it pretty flat. And the board is going to really hold down the Kapton tape. I'm not really concerned about that much. I guess we just solder it now, right? Let's see. Put the holes on the bottom side, blah, blah, blah. Take care of the orientation. The 2 extra pads labeled ground and Luma need to be the opposite end of north. On the north? What? So I think they need to be on this side, and that's what it's trying to say. It's over here. Okay, that says fill the holes with as much solder needed to make good contact. You don't need to solder the point. Excuse me. You don't need to solder the points inside the white rectangle. Oh, that's the JTAG thingy. And then, okay. All right, so let's do that. Oh, I see. It's telling us to actually avoid soldering. Oh, I didn't notice. So there's more than just... There's this box here. So I was talking about these couple of things here, but there's no pins in there, so it's fine. It's talking about these ones. There's one set here, and there's a set up here. They're in boxes. Oh, and then there's another solo one by itself there. It says that you can, but you don't need to. So I guess I'll just do the not need to path. You know, just to be different, or be different than something else like NES RGB. All right, so I'm going to hold it down, do this. Oh, that was one of the ones that said not to do. You didn't need to do. Okay, I'm just going to start with one. You know, I probably should have put new fresh solder on the pins, but that's fine. Then I'm going to do the opposite corner over here. Okay. And now it's really just about banging out a bunch. I don't know if you really can use a knife edge tip because these pins are sort of recessed, but yeah, I'll be curious when other people get this and try it, what they do. Probably would also be a smart idea to use like a good flux, like the Amtech flux I have, but I'm just gonna not for now, see what happens. Okay, making progress. Off-topic question: did you ever get rid of the jail bars under my Model 1? Not 100%. I don't think so. I'm guessing that you're referring to my jail bar video, how to remove jail bars or whatever. And it makes an improvement. I think personally, I think it was an improvement, but it's not 100%, and it's never going to be, as far as I know, certain models of Genesis. It will never be 100% because it's something to do with how the traces were routed, not really subcarrier signal. I think that since that video, I know there have been things like Zaxor made. It's like a it's a board that you can, like, after you lift the RGB pins or whatever the heck, it's been so long, I don't even remember what that, the jail bar thing actually did. But I think Zaxor has this little board that you solder those legs to give them like support, and it also, you know, like moves that signal away from where the problem area is, something like that. So I think that is better than what I had done. But again, I still don't know if it would be 100%. And it would probably take somebody reverse engineering it and rerouting those traces and then producing a new board to actually remove that in all cases. Something like that. I'm not an expert with Genesis stuff. I'm not an expert with anything really, but that's what I know. That's what my understanding of it. Well, it's in addition to the triple bypass. So yes, it is the triple bypass, but with some kind of a little tiny board that holds the pins. So instead of soldering, I guess you solder wires right to them to go to the triple bypass board. I think you just solder those to his little board, and that makes a better something. I don't know. Zaxor's not here probably, but he would be able to tell you. All right, so I forgot the two up here. Forgot two. I'm just looking at it with my eyeballs. I mean, it's not amazing, but I think it'll work. I feel like I say that every time. Yeah, soldering's not amazing, but it's my work. Actually, you know what? Before we clean up, though, let's solder these two pads. So there's two pads on the right side of the board here. One's called ground, and the other one says Luma, or LUM, I suppose. I think it's supposed to reference Luma. Now we need our two little wires from this. Let's strip and tin them. I don't know what gauge wire this is. I'm going to guess it's probably 30. Okay, so those need to be tin now. Move out of the way, stuff. Okay, cool. All right, now let's line this up kind of this way. And sorry, just adjusting focus. Has anybody been watching Severance? Heck yeah. I'm not going to talk about it, but I guess I will say that I was not super duper impressed with episode 2 of season 2, but episode 3 was sick, so it's fine. Okay, now we solder these wires. One wire. And two. Oh, that was not good. Okay, yeah, that's good. Sweet. All right, there is our blurry. There's the PP digitizer with our LumaCode signal wires soldered over there. So let's turn it back this way so we're kind of the same way as the picture. Hey Vincent, how you doing? All right, now I think we need to bust out, actually, how the hell do we get into the RF thing? Repurposing the connector. Oops. All right, RF modulator is largely obsolete now. You can repurpose its output jack for the LumaCode signal. To do that, how do we do that? Okay, so I think that we can get in on this side. I do not think that we need to get into the side of the RF module box that is under the board here. So I think that you can actually leave this part in. Obviously, you probably, if you're going to replace this, oh, actually this comes from the other side too, doesn't it? So this is the side that we need to remove. And if you've never removed one of the shields from the box, they can kind of be annoying, but you can see there's a whole bunch of clips on all the way around. And so you just want to get your, like a finger or I guess tweezers or something, just gently just sort of just rip that guy off there, and then it's fine. Like this, you know, that'll last. Yeah, we were just talking about how it would be nice if in the future, you know, that the 5X should support LumaCode, the 4K Pro should support LumaCode, the analog bridge. You know, I'm going to talk to Dan and see if he'll implement it. So I think that'd be a nice feature to have. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, I'm holding the picture this way. Their photo has it coming like this way. And then, yeah, we need to figure out what the hell is happening in here. The picture that they, yeah, the picture is not super clear. What's the cap that's soldered in on that side? This is the power filter cap. It's soldered on this side. Yeah, that's these two big vias. There's one here and one there. If you just desolder it on this side, you can pop this out. So that's one of the four. I think it's this here, and then the three on the main board here. These electrolytic capacitors. Those are the ones you replace usually. I don't think people really open up the RF module and replace the ones there, but yeah. All right, you know what? I'm not super duper sure. This module looks different than the other one, than the one in the picture. Sorry, this one. So sorry, how the hell do I show you guys what I'm talking about? Which direction is it? Oh, like this? Is it on this side? Oh, sorry. I was trying to, you guys are not gonna be able to see this, but it's too close to it. Okay, sorry. You guys can't really see it, but it's not the same as the other one. It does looks like a factory. There's a lot more parts in mine than the one in this picture. You bought a soldering station just to replace those caps under the modulator. Ah, nice. Yeah, the NES is a nice start. What the F is that there for? The small capacitor? Oh, I see what you're saying now. Sorry, I was completely this guy. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice that. Look at that. That looks like a factory capacitor. That's really strange. I've never seen that before. Yeah, that's interesting. Huh? What the hell is that for? Don't know. Very interested in this as an alternative to the NES RGB. I've received 2 very buggy boards so far. Yeah, unfortunately, the later NES RGBs, I think they have a lot of headaches. So that's kind of unfortunate. The older ones were more stable, I would say. I've opened Countless and never seen that one on the side. That's interesting. Yeah, that's neat. I've never... I'm going to have a sit and think about this. Maybe Red Herring can be summoned to help me figure out where these got to be soldered. Oh, this isn't going to help me. Well, you know what? Let me bust out... I don't know why. I put my desk down and then I remembered that that's going to affect how far down my camera can go. Back up we go. However, I think I'm going to use the microscope if I can get it situated here. Just so that we can have a nice, clear view of what the heck is going on in here. Where's my button for the microscope? Ah, that's not good. Oh, did I unplug this thing? No? No? What? Stand by. Oh, I see. It came unplugged a little bit. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. Don't don't get barfy. All right, we figured it out. Got our thingy. Oh, come on. Okay, sorry. Doing my best. I'm trying to make some space here to see all the things that we need to be able to see. Okay, it needs to be held this way. Here's our corner that we're interested in. So I've got to figure out where the ground, so like the outer part of this RCA connector is got to be the ground, but then the inside connector, where does that go to on this upper board here? So I think I see some places that could be counted as traces. It would be nice if anybody had a schematic or something. I'm gonna struggle with this part, aren't I? I'm not good at diagnosing things. So we're just gonna struggle. The middle pin should be the signal, right, in this, but then where here? It's one of these bits, I'm sure, but where? I guess what I could do is I could get my multimeter. Let me get my multimeter. Multimeter, where are you? There you are, you bastard. You're not a bastard, actually. You're really helpful. Okay, let's get this buddy on continuity. Okay. Big blob. Buzz it. Big blob. Okay, let's see. This guy here. Oh, let me get my probes on it. Okay, so this guy here, it's like bridging two things here. How do I guess? All right, let's confirm that. Oh yeah, look at that. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but yes, this blob is it. Now that means that the signal is coming from here, but then it's not over here. This must be a filter capacitor, right? Because I don't have continuity here. So my guess, I don't know if I have to remove this capacitor or not, but it sounds like I have to cut the trace here-ish, right, to remove the signal from that. Okay, I think that's right. I don't know if I have to remove the capacitor. Well, I think what I'll just do is I'll just cut that trace there. Desolder the center pin. Oh yeah, desolder that pin. That'd be funny if you could. No, it's probably, the tolerance is probably not that good, where you could like desolder that and then solder the wire to it without having to cut the trace to make it like truly no cut. I think that I'll just do this. You guys are probably gonna cringe, but I'm gonna YOLO it. It looks like this is where the signal is coming from. Oh, I wonder though, actually, if I could just desolder this, although that's gonna leave us with a floating pin that may eventually reconnect or something. Wow, through the microscope, you can actually see the cut marks. You can see the cut marks for whoever put this NES together. No, they use side cutters or something. You can definitely tell, it's interesting. Okay, sorry, that was a little weird. I think I'm just gonna send it because I have enough of these RF modules that I could replace that if I wanted to. I think I just, there's a hair. I think I could just send it. Red herring, don't look at this. Look somewhere else. Let me turn it around. Yeah, this is in a spot where it's pretty easy to fix it. Just, you know. Sorry, I'm trying to move my... It's in a spot where you could easily just bridge it with a wire or a piece of like a component leg, you know, like a capacitor or something. Okay, so this is going to be probably not really very easy for you guys to see, but... Okay, I don't know how we're doing here. Probably butchering this. You guys are probably like, cringe, but this is for science, okay? There's gotta be some scientists that are doing cringe science, right? All right, how are we looking? I accidentally nicked that, but I think we're okay. Oh, you guys can't see because there's a giant glare. Cool. Okay, so you can see how there's like black there. Let's see. Probably better to take the cap off first before cutting the trace. Oh, we're not removing any caps. This is how we're supposed to do it. Or we're basically going to, I think the Luma cable that we just soldered, the Luma is gonna get soldered onto that. I'm gonna ignore that for now. I don't think that that's something we want to, I don't know. I'm not sure. We're gonna not remove it, and then, actually, let me look. Is there one in the picture? Cut your wires. Maybe we do need to remove it. Okay, that's fine. That'll be pretty easy to remove before we go to the next step. But first, we need to make sure that I actually did cut through the trace. Right? Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. So if I touch that piece of copper that's on this side, no signal anymore, no connection. Yeah, okay. Let me just clean it up a little bit. Okay, and then let's clean it up. Sorry, this might be giving you guys a headache, but yeah. Yeah, that's hella disconnected. Okay, good. All right, one more time for ha-has. Okay, no connection, but I have connection to itself, so I think we're good. Better remove it because the digital signal is sensitive. Okay, yep. So now let's take care of that little capacitor. You know, okay, I guess I should have said this in the beginning of this section. If somebody's going to watch this video, it is possible that you will have an RF module, I suppose, that is different than mine and different than the one on the thing. So you have to kind of do the same thing, right? Using a multimeter to find where on the board that the signal is the same as the inside of the RF module port here. And then you're going to just basically try to isolate that from the rest of the board by either cutting it, or in our case here, we're going to have to remove that this surface mount cap right now. And we're just going to do that by adding some... Actually, this is going to be kind of hard, isn't it? I know this is not easy for you guys to see. Let me see if I can focus some things here. Oh gosh, I gotta... Okay. Not exactly what I wanted to do. Actually, that might have done it. That's kind of sus, but... Let's just see, do we have any continuity now between this cap and that? Nope. Well, we didn't have continuity from that side to that side anyways, but now we really don't have any from this side to this. And I think that's fine. We can leave this guy, this hanger here, right? It doesn't need to be gone forever in case we ever want to put it back. So that's fine. Let's clean it up a little bit. And then we can solder our wire to it. Yeah, I have to start doing that more often now. Is every time I remove capacitors like this, is just to leave them kind of tilted if you can. I know that it is sort of a delicate thing to try to make, you know, take capacitors off but not yeet them around. Takes a, you know, little bit of a delicate thing. Okay, all right, so now we need to figure out where ground is, and I'm gonna guess that ground is the shielding up here. Like here's one here, probably. Let me see, are there any other places around here that are ground? I can't really zoom out more than that. Because of how tall the NES board is, it's really making my life hard here. That's about as close as about as far away. I'm trying to back up more so you guys can see more of the frame so that I can actually poke around, but with the microscope it's hard. In the bin they go. Yeah, that's true. Yep. You know, it's fine. Sometimes things are just better off. You're just better off letting things go. Okay. All right, so I think if I just put, and you guys can't really see it, but I'm just putting the probe on this metal heatsink over here. I would have thought that this was probably ground too. Oh, I see. This whole area is ground. Okay, so this pad thing right here is ground. Sorry, you guys can't see shit. There's a little pad here with nothing soldered to it. That's what I'm going to use, I think. It seems to have continuity with the shield, which in my opinion, or in my mind, means that it's also grounded. All right, so now I think I'm okay. I think that, well, okay, you guys might want to see the up close of the soldering. The objective now is to figure out which one of our wires here is the LumaCode wire. So for me, that's the left one, and the right one is ground. Right? So if I go like this and do a flip move. Oops. Okay, I will probably flip it over. Okay, I'm just gonna get the length. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm doing. I'm measuring for length on the LumaCode wire, this little ribbon thing. And then I'm gonna cut it, you know, leave a tiny bit of slack. Need my better side cutters. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. Steffi, damn, yeah. Just my philosophy of just keeping everything is why I have so much crap here to deal with. So, not crap, but like, I just, you know, keep everything forever, and like it gets kind of insane when you like start keeping boxes for like, oh, I just bought a new controller or something, and then you like keep the boxes, and then you have these like you're never going to put the controller back in the box. And if you ever, my rationale for like keeping the boxes was like, oh well, if I try to sell it to somebody, wouldn't they want the box? But like, anytime in the future, I guess in the distant future, when you sell your stupid 8-bit DOE controller or whatever, nobody does that the opposite way, and it's like, is it not really that much, not that valuable, and it's not something like a console box. I don't know. Don't know. Okay. Sweet. All right, now to figure out which is which. Where does this go? Okay, that's the left one. Okay, this is the LumaCode one. Let's do that one first. I guess it's not LUM for Luma, it's LUM for LumaCode. Okay. All right, sorry, this is gonna be super hard for you guys to see, but I'm gonna put some that on it. Okay. There's our LumaCode wire. Now the ground is this little bit here. Ugh, this is gonna be hard to solder to. Wait a minute. What I have to do a better job at. I'll just show you what the hell it looks like after. I'm having a really hard time balancing it and soldering it. Yeah. Let's put some fresh solder there though. I said it was up here somewhere, right? Yeah, this. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so that's my ground is gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna try to solder it. It's kind of a slippy bastard. Where's my? I'll just show you. What did I drop? Oh, that piece. I'll show you at the end what it's gonna look like here. It's too hard to do it. Okay. Cool. I think that's fine. All right, let me show you what I did. Okay, so the left wire there is the LumaCode wire. It's going to the center pin of the RC connector, or the RF connector, sorry. The other pin, the right wire, the right wire is going to a ground, a pad there, which is also which has continuity with ground, or at least the shielding here, which I think is ground. Yep. Okay. All right, I guess that's the actual NES part. Now we just got to figure out the OSSC part. Been repairing and modding some of my original consoles. Last console I recapped was at 3DO. Oh, what the hell? Why is this frozen now? Hey, what's up, everyone? Frozen as hell. Thank you. Just trash dog water cam link. I hate the Elgato cam link. It's really terrible. Don't buy one. Yep. Really garbage. I have to, every time this happens, I have to unplug it and plug it back in again. I don't have a single other camera or capture card that does that. It's just really nonsense. And it's happened since I bought it, basically. Hello, are we good? Okay. Okay, I guess we're good with this part. So, for now, let us turn this off. I don't think we need this anymore right now. Let's put our thing away. Scope. It's just gonna chill over here, okay? Yeah, now we have to research the OSSC. I tried to do some research. I did not get very far. But we'll start, I'm just kind of cleaning up a little bit. And then we'll start looking. I may have to do some kind of a hardware modification with the OSSC. So we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to OSSC. Pokemon Go to the polls. All right, I think I deserve a sit because I'm tired. And what do I need now? I need the OSSC. Where is the OSSC? Here it is. Okay. So let's look at the article that, not article, but the little thing that I found. PPU digitizers on Tindy are down to 3 in stock now. Yep. There's only a couple right now, but this was just a recently, Copper Dragon is the developer, recently introduced that NTSC support. So I can imagine that people are NTSC people are probably buying it and trying it. So there probably will be more in stock soon, coming back, hopefully. This always happens with USB ports because each has its own power budget and voltages are divided. Oh, yeah, plus it's going through a splitter, but... Oh, the OSSC mod is easy too? Okay, good. Okay, let me find it first. Excuse me, geez, I'm like dying here. Not actually dying, just, I don't know. You just bought one. Yeah, yeah. Gonna use it on your Famicom. Oh, okay. I'm not sure. I guess it would install the same way, right? And then, yeah. I mean, I guess that probably would be a really good way to get HDMI out of a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi. Famicom. That's what I meant to say. Just because I know that there's basically you have almost no choice but to cut the Famicom if you want to install an NES RGB. There's no other real way to kind of get output from it, I think. All right, somewhere here it is, LumaCode. Only on 1.xx firmware. So do I have 1.xx firmware? I guess I have to plug this in first before we even see, huh? Okay, where's my plug? All right, let's plug it in here. Plug it in over here. Get this out of the way for a second. Reach. All right, plug. All right, let's see. Oh, hey, I have firmware 0.9. Is that bad? 2022 it says the date. 2014 to 2000. Okay, so I'm on 0.9. So that must mean that I need the mod. So let's look for the mod to get us to LumaCode firmware. All right, here you guys. Oh, sorry, you guys weren't looking at what I was looking at all. Here's what I was looking at. So there's a LumaCode. So this is the Junker HQ. I actually put it in the description. It says OSSC LumaCode or something in it, but it links to this part of this article, the Junker HQ OSSC documentation. So it talks about LumaCode, and it's only compatible with 1.x whatever, any 1.0 for 1. Whatever firmware. Mine's 0.9, so we're out of date. Yeah, the OSSC Yeah, I think the problem was the OSSC had a few quirks, especially with consoles like the NES and the Super Nintendo that had jitter. That it kind of, as soon as the 5X came out, the RetroTink 5X came out, it was kind of not killed it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are fine with their setups and still use their OSSC, but yeah. We don't update firmware here, yeah, indeed. Yeah, especially not ahead of time, fuck that. Okay, so how do I do this? I need to get on 1.0 firmware, 1. Whatever firmware. How do we do this? Board revisions. Oh, I know that there are different hardware revisions as well, right? It's not really just about the firmware. It's also about, oh, I see. So I'm pretty sure that mine is a version 1.7 hardware. Sorry, you guys probably can't see this. I'm trying to find the... Yes, I think I have a 1.7 hardware, not firmware, 1.7 hardware version. Those only support, or those support up to 1.0 or 0. Whatever, so the version I have. They come with that, or mine came with that from the factory. It's possible to modify them to additionally support the 1.x firmware. Instructions found here. Okay, great. I just got a RetroTink 4K and a week in my, I just got a RetroTink 4K and a week in, my OSSC Pro has been relegated to downscaling and pass through to my CRT. Yeah, the other thing that is probably the GBSC too is another one of those ones that can downscale that people like can dedicate to stuff like that. But OSSC is just scary enough to scare away normies. That's true. Yes, you do have to set profiles and things, so there was no auto switching or anything like that. Yeah, I guess there really isn't technically auto switching yet. Well, there is if you use the SVS, the Arthremis SVS with the RetroTink 4K. I guess there's some profiles stuff happening there. And if you watch or you read the newsletter, the Pixel FX newsletter, they are working on a system. It's not necessarily going to be like, oh, only for the Infinity Bridge or only for the SVS or whatever. It's just a way of being able to detect from the signal, either the digital signal or in the future the analog signal, being able to detect things like if you have an HDMI input, if it has a CEC name, or like I know the retro gems can notify the morph that they're connected, right? So in that case, the morph will be able to detect from a bunch of different factors. You know, it can even get down to the screen width and height and the interlacing, whether or not it's interlaced, the original signal, and it will can switch to a profile that matches that. So that's kind of a cool new feature that they're working on. Anyways, all right, let's see, what do we got here? I've been recently working on a cleanup of the OSSC firmware. Primary target is to get rid of the hacks needed to work around various issues of the video front-end chip. A minor hardware modification is prerequisite for this, as it enables mostly bypassing sync processing of the chip. Second goal is to port some infrastructure from the OSSC Pro project. Okay, the new firmware series will start with 1.xx and only works on boards which have the modification. The end result may not be that different for those who have been using easy sources, but the end result may not be that different for those who have been using easy sources. Okay, I see. But many of the issues related to sync mode detection with more exotic consoles, home computers, or arcade boards should be now fixed. Oh, slash fixable. So does that mean like the NES, the jitter issues? Interesting. All right, why are these pictures dead? The hardware modification simply requires removing SMD resistor R35 and adding a wire between TVP 7002 pin 25, last on the side, and the FPGA end pad of the removed resistor. Red LED won't work after the modification. What red LED? Where is the red LED? Is there a red LED? Or maybe that's on newer ones, newer models? Okay, I don't know what red LED they're talking about. Maybe mine doesn't have it. Okay, I'm gonna start disassembling the OSSC, and we're gonna OSSC how to do this modification. Where's my thingamabob? Okay. I'm just taking, oh God, I just shot a screwdriver directly into my crotch. Okay, great. Okay. Not really doing anything fun, although I guess I could do the top down. Get this stuff out of the way. Looks like there's an update if you scroll down a little bit. Oh, I see. There's an update. The firmware files are updated further down. Okay, sorry. I'm just looking at the All right, let's do this. Oh, you guys can't see anything, huh? It's auto-focusing on my hand. That's cool. There you go. Sweet. I don't remember how hard this was to take on and off. Oh, not hard at all apparently. Okay, you got stuff and things. Let's take our screws out. I guess they're just kind of chilling, huh? Oh, I can take the whole thing out, the whole board. Oh, you know what? I have my SD card in here. That's preventing it from coming out. There we go. Pop. All right. Okay, now what? Oh, you know what? You guys can't see shit. I'm gonna have to go back up again. Haha. I'm not losing it. You guys are losing it. There we go. All right, now, what do I have to look for? I'm looking for, oh, I see, there's just a picture. Oh shit, so we need some tiny wire. Okay, we're going back to the, we need to go back to the the microscope, because this is gonna be too small for me to do by hand probably. And then R whatever is up here. Okay, great. All right, let's switch back over to the, we should have a little bit more luck with the scope with this because it is not as high. So we should be able to still see everything. Let's switch to that. And I'll turn this shit on. Okay. Okay, it's the first. Wait a minute. Okay, the pin on whatever this chip is, oh gosh, there's a bunch of hair in here. That's gross. Don't buy a, Don't buy a microscope if you do not like looking at hair up close, because you're gonna look at a lot of it. Okay. So this pin here, the far, wow, look how tweaked, oh, never mind, they're not tweaked. So that, I have to get some thin wire then for that. So that pin here is gonna go up here. to what, R35 is what we're moving? Yes, R35. Okay. Well, let's rotate this. And we'll try to get R35 extracted. Okay. Again, I'm going to try to do one of my fancy remove the capacitor without actually removing it. Which one? R35 is which one? This is R36. It's R35. This one is R35, right? This one here? Oh, I think that these must be the LEDs that it's talking about. There isn't even a space on this case to let those shine through. So maybe those are only visible when you have the acrylic case that it comes with normally. The OSSC, I mean. All right, let's try to remove this without ruining something. Ah! Okay, with that being done, that was pretty easy. I'm going to put it back. How about there? Oh gosh, that looks nasty. Let's clean it first. Oh, never mind. Oh wait, I need to solder that wire to the pad closest to the FPGA side of the resistor. Okay, so that means that if I'm going to put this resistor back, I need to put it on the end closer to the screen, or on the other side, this pad. Okay, I know that looks disgusting, but it kind of got burned by my thing. Whatever, it's there. Let's clean it up. And then we'll move on to the wire. That did not help at all. It's still nasty. That's fine. Whatever. That's a surprise for me in the future. Okay, but we do need to do this. Get some on that pad there. Now, it needs to be on the bottom pad if you're reattaching. Yep, you're right. Yep. Now, so I pre-tinned that one. Now let's pre-tin this pin here. This one there. Oh gosh, is this going to be hard to do? All right, this looks like a job for... Well, first, actually, let's get some wire. I'm not sure what kind of wire I'm going to need. That looks like a pretty small pitch chip. I can start with 30 gauge. Somewhere in here I have 30 gauge. Here I do. You know, let's make it a yellow color or something. That way I can kind of tell it apart. Next time I get in here, I'll be like, what the hell is this? Kind of have a, I don't know, bright colored bodges so I can see them. All right, let's start with I guess the chip side. I don't really love that, but yeah, YOLO. Just prepping a wire. Okay. Now let's do one of these. Actually, this is probably also lead-free solder. I just thought about that. Okay, this is gonna be hard. So the heat sink isn't on straight. Yeah, is it bothering anybody with ADD or not OSD, OCD? What the heck? Yeah, yeah, kind of. It's kind of curved in the right spot. Okay, let's see. Let's add some solder here. Okay, it's kind of working. Okay. Guys, I have OSD. Yeah. That's great. Oh, I think this might be too wide. Let's see. Or too big still. Okay, if I have to, I can always... Yeah, all right. Let's try it first before we do anything. Oh God, okay, hold on. I need to... I might go with a smaller wire. OSSC. Yeah. Oh God. That's funny. It doesn't seem like I can ever get, you know what? Maybe I can, do I have a smaller chisel tip? Okay, the one I was using is like my 1 millimeter wide one. I have a 0.5 millimeter one. Let's try that. All right, coming in hot. Oh, hell yeah. That was so easy. Okay. Let's get our wire back in here. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, great. That was way easier. All right. That's this side. Now we need to kind of run it. Microscope camera does not have autofocus, so we just got to focus it every time. But it runs, I guess it probably can run, this is a clock crystal, I'm assuming, this thing here? Maybe not. I guess it's probably fine. But then it's gonna park it, I flipped it around, so here. So then it gets soldered in there. So let me just go ahead and cut that. Prep it. Okay. Get some flux on here. Sweet. That's 30. It looks huge. Yeah, with the The microscope is no joke. Makes everything look so big. Yep, that's 34 gauge or 30 gauge. I had 34 as well if we needed it, but yep, I guess it's good. So let's go to our overhead. Turn off the blinding microscope light. However I can do that. However I can reach my hand over there. Ugh. Okay. Let's push back the microscope. Yeah, there we go. All right, sweet. Okay. So that's that. Now I think I have to put the new firmware on the SD card. So I think for the most part that means I can put this back, the case. Oh, did I lose a screw? Might have lost a screw. Okay, then this part goes in here. Turn on autofocus again. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'll just send it and screw it back together, even though I haven't tested it yet. Hopefully nothing is pinched. All right, so now that this part is done. Where's my SD card? SD card. Let me plug it in. I think we've got to copy the new firmware onto it. Something like that. Everything is effed up. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Do I have the the camera is dead? Why? Why you do this? Ugh. Even this one is. What happened to these webcams? I plugged in one other thing and all my USB devices exploded. Ah! Literally drives me crazy. Okay, hello, I'm here. Overhead cam, it's still broken. That needs to get plugged in. .25 and everything is a USB port. Black screen of death. Okay, that's fixed, but now this isn't fixed. Okay. Thumbs up. Okay, good. Sweet. All right, the AverMedia stuff is more robust, but I guess it's not immune totally to exploding itself or something. All right, so I think the SD card is there. let's go to the window capture. SD card image for version 1.08. Okay. Okay. Am I downloading it? Hello? What? Why is this camera frozen? The largest piece of garbage. It's you. It's you, Elgato. You're the largest piece of garbage. Sorry. Okay. All right, still trying to get this firmware here. Clicking on it. I think I might have it blocked. It's probably being blocked. Nope, it's just straight up. Sure. Why not? This? Okay, whatever. I had to right click. Oh, keep. I had to right click save as, and then it prompts you to keep it, and that's what made it work. So this is a binary file. This is going to go into the... No. Now you're telling... I don't think the SD card thing worked. Is there really nothing on this SD card? Why is it empty? How big is it? What in the F? I don't think it worked. Do I have another way? Think. Maybe on my desk here I have that. Oh, here we go. This is the mini micro SD to SD thing. Maybe that is the problem. Okay, this is a 128 gigabyte SD card. Why you no work? Okay, actually, let me see. What are the drive letters that I have? G. Okay, so anything that's not G. Okay. Maybe I'll try a different port. There we go. Maybe. I said I need to format this disk. Ugh. Oh. Is the OSSC the thing that you need to make that special kind of flash thing? Does anyone remember how to flash the OSSC firmware? Okay, let's see if I can find how to update the OSSC. I don't know. I vaguely remember the OSSC needing some kind of I don't know. No, I think it's fat, but it said it needed to be formatted, so it's not fat. Okay. Oh, I see. That was just the... I thought this was the whole article, and I was scrolling down, and there was... Oh, I'm not sponsored by PCBWay. Whoops. Sorry about that. There's just nothing, and then I think it's because I have to click on the article. Oh, okay. There's a giant full screen ad. Thanks, Video Game Perfection. Just kidding. Look at all the ads that pop up without the ad blocker. Jesus. Oh, this is firmware 0.69. This article is from 2016. Yeah, this WinDisk Imager. I think how it used to work, and I'm not sure if it still is this way, but you need to like make a disk, like flash that binary file to a disk, like to a you have to like format that as some kind of a special bootable disk or something, and that is how the OSSC can flash from it. I don't know if it needs to be done this way anymore. So I did remember that it needed. I think that's why we can't read it, is because it's not actually formatted as FAT or whatever the other one is. So yeah, now what? I don't know. Let's watch a video. Maybe somebody knows how to do it. All right, Pixel Fix, what you got? Oops, you guys can't hear that. Okay, great. Oops, did I just, oh, okay.
Today I'm going to show you
this
how
guy's
to
OSSC
update
is
firmware
nasty
on your OSSC. What you'll need for this is a SD card. Pretty much any size will do. And a computer to burn a image onto the SD card. So let's start by finding out what firmware your OSC is currently on. As you can see on the screen, it displays some information. The 0.89A refers to the current firmware that it's on. I believe the latest firmware available is 0.90, so we'll go ahead and update it to that. Okay, what we want to do now is download the 132 disk imager. I've put the link down below for you.
It sounds like we need that. Ugh, SourceForge, really? Why do these always get terrible reviews? Is this legit? Firmware, God. Hey, that guy's got a badass accent. It's all good. Oh yeah, Win32 disk imager.download. All right, fine. Let's just use the one this guy linked. That way we can hold them accountable if it installs a virus on my computer. Just kidding. It's probably the SourceForge one. Yeah, it is. Firmware. God, yeah, that's funny. Do we do it? Do we do the thing? Okay, sweet. All right, let's open it. Oh, this is great. Yeah, let's continue watching the video. Maybe there's more to it. I think you might have to create the image first and then flash it with this program. All right, so we got a file. Let's see, does it tell us what kind of file we need? Yeah, image. Okay, fine. Let's go back to the video.
So what to do is download and install that. While that's happening, head over to the other link and download the latest firmware for the OSSC. Depending on the model of OSSC you've got, it will either be audio or non-audio. The earlier versions were non-audio, and anything really from the past 3 or 4 years will be the audio one, but it's best to double check that beforehand. So I'm going to go ahead and download the audio.bin file. Okay, now that you've downloaded and installed Win32 Disk Imager and downloaded your update file, we'll start up Win32 Disk Imager. Make sure your SD card you're going to be using is plugged in, and now we'll go and flash the image over to the SD card. So select the drive that your SD card is. Okay, now we'll locate where the image file is. If it doesn't show up, just select the extension down to...
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure which device. It was not, I don't think it was G. I think it's I. Oh, G might be my audio, my wireless lav thing. Okay, so I says that we need to format it, so I'm assuming that it's I is what we need to, the device, or you guys, this is probably tiny for you guys to see, but all right, so now I think what he was saying is you need to basically just remove the, oh, sorry. When you click that to find the image, this thing pops up and it has, it filters by .img. You could just change that to all. And I think that's what we have to do. And I think this is the one we need, the 1.08 with audio. YOLO, I guess, right? So now we write that to the SD. Writing to a physical device. It was immediately successful. That's kind of sus. That's it, I guess. It was not G. Yeah, G was something else. Hey, Scruffy looking RGB. How's the mod going? The LumaCode part was fine. Now I'm modding my OSSC because it didn't have the newer firmware. So I'm updating this to 1.1. It has to be anything over 1.0 to have the LumaCode firmware on it. So I upgraded to the latest, which is 1.06. Just about to put the SD card in to actually do that, to do the update. I think it automatically kind of does it when you stick it in. But here, what I could do is I can actually put this in. Oh, actually, you guys aren't going to... Oh, my SD card fell into the OSSC. You've got to be kidding me. What happened? Oh, I see. The SD card part is at the very top. This is the worst. So how do I get my SD card out now? It's on the it's underneath my... Oh no. I have to take the whole thing apart to get my SD card out. Womp womp. Like you can see it in there. If I hold it just right, see, you can see that's the Samsung thing. Don't be dumb like me. Oh god, that sucks. This is so stupid. Yeah, it's like the micro SD goes into the mister. Yeah, true. Okay. Let me just put it in there for safekeeping. Oh, you know what? That's dumb because then you can't get the case on. Okay. So I guess just be super careful when you're trying to put it back in because you'll eat that. Yeah, the firmware is downside. Yeah, this is how you install the firmware is you just drop your SD card in and it's just gone forever. And then you put the OSSC back in the drawer and you give up. Okay. I'm going to guess that it just immediately starts chooching when you turn it on. Came for the high quality content. Razor, get out of here. Oh, it was already on. Okay, so now I'm remembering that I have to use these buttons. The retrofrog case that you can reach inside here, these two buttons. I do not remember what they do. Okay, that just changes the input. am I gonna have to navigate? Am I gonna have to use the OSD? Shit. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have to hook this up, I think. Is there not a way to update the firmware without getting the output? Okay. Well, whatever. All right. Let me get an HDMI cable. Not this one. Let me find an HDMI cable on the floor. Nope, I don't see a good one that I like, that I want to use. Oh, here's one. Oh, this one's huge too. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right. This is a good one. Is that even connected? I guess it is. Looks like a thumbprint machine. This, yeah. Yeah, not really. The OSSC part is just because the 3D print didn't print well. So if that's what you're talking about, the imperfection there. All right, so now let's put this in the morph. Oops, something just fell and I'm not sure what it was, but YOLO. All right, let's switch to the morph. Okay, cool. So that's the OSSC, yep. All right, now I need the OSSC remote, which is in my upscaler box. Okay, now put goddamn remote batteries in the remote, because there's no batteries in here. I'm losing it. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go. Let's play some music. I gotta go get some batteries, some AAA batteries. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back with my pretty cool Retro Frog again battery holder thing for AA's and AAA's. I have all my interloops in there. So for my things. And I guess these can kind of live in there because they're not, they're lithium ion, they're not, whatever, alkaline. Okay. So now I gotta hold it at this weird angle. Find the menu. Oh, whoops, what am I doing? Here we go. Oh, it's so small. Okay. Settings, opt. Oh, here we go. Firmware update. Okay, 1.08 audio update. 1, yes. Sick. Now we wait. Updating firmware, please wait. Verifying flash. Firmware updated, please restart. Okay. Bye. Hey, 1.08. That's what she said. Okay, sweet. Now, somewhere in here, let's check the OSD. Sampling video in. Oh shit! Is there a specific mode? Brick, you jackass. Okay, and now how do we actually use LumaCode? All right, I think now we can travel back to that article. Not this one. Not this one. Not that one. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Do not need that anymore, I guess. The OSSC page. Oh, by the way, shout out to Bob from RetroRGB. Last year, somebody made a video about using their OSSC for LumaCode, and Bob had all the links in it. So shout out to Bob for kind of consolidating all the links for me to steal earlier when I was looking for info. Okay, here's the LumaCode. Enables LumaCode decoding for selected system. LumaCode source is connected to a YRC2Y. What do you mean? Which one? Y. Oh. Y as in Luma. So that's the green. Got it. Okay. Uses the AV2. Okay, so I need to switch to AV2. Sorry, I'm just setting everything up here, and then no, let's just change the source. Okay, RGSB, it says. You need to additionally use optimized mode configured for the target system. Okay. This is where I'm kind of, okay, let's go and look at the, let's turn this, oh wait, this is not on, what? Okay, there we go. How do I do this? Isn't there some kind of a, there's gotta be some kind of a LumaCode option, right? Okay, well. There's another video that we could watch. This is the video that actually Bob was his article was about this video. So let's watch this one maybe. Get to the end at least. Okay, so this is the Retro channel.
For a little while,
actually using it.
The LumaCode videos that I put out last year, and they were basically a similar idea, but
he's using the RGB to HDMI.
Find the latest.
Darn. Okay. Well, all right. Let's find a video of anyone using LumaCode on the OSSC. Oh, look, they also have a video about using LumaCode on the OSSC.
Welcome to the Retro channel, and today we are once again talking about LumaCode, but this time LumaCode with the OSSC. If you're unaware of LumaCode, it is basically a format created by certain digitizers which are installed in your target test at the moment. Then we just power on the OSSC and go to AV2YPBPR, And you should get something that looks like this.
Oh, okay. So it should just automatically work, kind of. Or at least we should be able to get some video. So let me get my. Where's the bottom of the case? Over here. Oh, you know what? First, where is that? All right, let's assemble the NES. Oh. Okay, one annoying thing about the NES Slot Master is, unfortunately, the NES Slot Master kind of conflicts with the LumaCode PPU digitizer. It actually goes right over the spot where the wire is. That's not ideal. You know, I'm not blaming anybody because this did not exist when the Slot Master was created. So maybe I can actually smash it like on top of it or something. Okay, got the Slot Master in. Yeah, it's just gonna have to hang out. Oh, you know what? I guess there is a gap. I guess there is a gap when everything is pushed down. I think that's fine. So yeah, cool. Never mind, crisis averted. Okay, but I do need the bottom of the board, or the case, I'm sorry. Bottom case. All right, let me plug this in. Okay. Put this here. Oh, excuse me, it's wonky as shit. It's wobbly. Okay, I think we're all connected there. Okay. Shoop. Let's put this in. Put our EverDrive. Now, I just need a. I was using one of these earlier, so I'll use it again. I have these really old RCA cables that I actually got from Radio Shack way back when. They're like these cool, like, I don't know, goldish. So that gets shoved into, oh God, this RF jack is really stiff. Well, I'm gonna say that's fine. It also could be the cable could also be too thick. Here, it might not even fit in the hole because it's got, I don't know, it's pretty thick. So that's one end. So that's now our LumaCode port. That's gonna plug into, frick. Make sure to knock everything over. This is gonna go into the green port, the green, the Y of the YPVPR, which is the green port there. Now I need my, I've still been using, if you used to watch my live streams, I'm still using the, what is it called? Reflex Volt, the power cables from Mr. Add-ons. They're pretty good. So I've been using those kind of as my dedicated thing there. All right, so now I need a, do I have a, oh I do, I have an NES cable. Or a controller, sorry. All right, now, I guess if we switch to here, turn the OSSC on, this is it, it's gonna explode. Nope, nothing. Oh, is it not on the right? It was not. Oh! Woo! Anything? No, nothing. No sync. Okay, well, it's possible that the RCA cable is too thick and it's not plugging in all the way. So let's unplug this. Unplug this. Yeah, boom. Oh God, this is like super duper wedged in there. There we go. Oh, great, as it just yeet. Okay. I think I'm gonna do this. Gosh. This is a really annoying jack to fit in. Okay. I don't know. That probably didn't do anything. Okay. Try it again. Okay, change input. Nothing. Nope. Well, now what? RGSB. Oh, AV2. Word. AV2 RGSB. Okay. Not. Ah! Oh shit. Why is it green? Yeah, you're right, Vincent. It was supposed to be I was on AV1. It's supposed to be AV2. Okay, now I don't know what the hell. Now it's green. Is that bad? Let's see if we can fiddle around with the remote. Maybe there's a where is the remote? Great. Lost that. Oh, here it is. Found it. It says RGB. Well, it says it needs to be on the RGSB, the sync on green setting, which makes sense because obviously you're reading the green wire. But now what the hell? Okay, so we're getting something. I do not know how to tweak it from here though. Sorry, this is like absolutely awful. All right, you know what? Let's see. Let's turn this off. Let's go back to that video. Maybe they have some tips for.
And today we just need to change a couple of settings on the OSSC to make this look correct. So in the menu, just head down to Output Options and change the 240p, 288p to Line 5X mode.
240p, 288. Why does this keep losing signal? What? Oops. Okay. Okay. Okay, video in. No, what did he say? Output? Yeah, line 5X. Okay. And then what?
And then head down to line 5X mode and change this to 384 by 240
Huh? Oh, that's for this his Commodore 64.
optimal. Finally, to get that aspect ratio correct, I recommend going for 1920 by 1200. That seems to give the most accurate aspect ratio. Of course, it still looks a bit funky, but we need to do a couple more things. Head up to Video in Processing, and you'll see a LumaCode option at the bottom.
Oh. I don't see a LumaCode option. Why don't I see LumaCode option? Why? Maybe it was moved?
We just need to set that to C64, which makes it look even more funky.
Huh.
And finally, head into the sampling options, into advanced timing, and change the horizontal sample rate to 504 for PAL systems. And for NTSC systems, it's either 512 or 520.
So this is a
depending
Commodore
on
64 they're talking about. This is not an NES, so not going to be, those numbers are not going to be relevant. But so I guess the output options are probably not going to be the same either. But that's fine. We can definitely tweak that later. I don't know why I'm not seeing LumaCode that as an option. Let's turn this off before it melts. All right, I'm going to give it another couple of minutes to see what the hell we can see. And then it's getting late for me. It's after 11 o'clock, but I really want to get this to work. So let's see. LumaCode option OSSC. No, what you saw there was it for the different options. See, I'm not crazy, right? It says only on the 1.0 firmware. I'll prove that it's not. It's on. We're on 1.08. Oops. So it should be there. Now, if we go back to here, that firmware guy did something to your SSA. Yeah. Firmware. He fucked up my firmware with his voice. What am I trying to do now? Here. Let's see if we can find any menu settings. It's kind of, I have crap all over the place. So it's really not easy to see. Maybe there's like a hard, or oops. Yep, it's not there. Maybe it's on an older one. Maybe I should do a setting reset. Audio options, compatibility. Nope. Post-processing? Nope. That's where the LumaCode option is in the OSSC Pro. Oh, so there is one in the OSSC Pro. That's interesting. So, not in there. Sample options, nope. Advanced timing maybe got hidden under here, nope. That's the scary menu. Well, It should be here. Don't know. Okay, well. Let me look at the change log. Is there change log? Oh, there's a new update. Why didn't I download this one? Huh. Okay, wait. All right, let's see if we can find a change log. Shit, so I installed 1.08 and we're already on 1.11. So I didn't even install the latest update. Yeah, but the problem is we're not seeing the LumaCode option at all. There's just one big setting that says enable LumaCode, but then there's other sampling options and things. So Adam, yes, I was on 0.9, which is not firmware version 0.9 on my OSSC, which is not compatible. So I updated to 1.08. I don't know why. I was reading an article about how to flash no. That was I don't know. There's an article about updating the firmware to, and we did the mod. We did the OSSC hardware mod. So maybe I could try the latest version. Oh, it said added. Okay, wait. Yeah, it just says only on 1.xx firmware. It doesn't say specifically which firmware. I don't know. This might just be referencing the new firmware versus the old firmware. Okay, it was added in June 2024, so that means 08 is definitely not going to have LumaCode. F me. Okay. All right, so let's hustle through it. Let's download this. This is the 1.11. So this is the newer firmware. Let me get my let me lose my SD card in the OSSC again. No. Let's get that copied on here. SD card. I'm on the floor, plugging in an SD card. Okay. Okay, got this. Now we go to Win32. What was it called? Win32 Disk Imager. Select I, then change that, do this, hit that, right, yes, done, sure, unplug. Plug it in. All right, now let's choose. Oh, let's go back to here. Go down to settings. Oops, wrong one. Back. Settings. Firmware update. 1.11. Yep. Sure. Send it. 1.10 has LumaCode. Okay, got it. Okay, please restart. Sweet. Cool. All right, now we're on the latest firmware. All right, now I'm going to choose AV2 RGSB. Let's try it. Oh wait, let's look for our LumaCode option in the video in. Yes, LumaCode. Now we need to select the NES version. Yep. Sick. Oh gosh, why is it green? Okay, so now you're saying that there are some settings here we need to change? Oh yeah, that's right. Use the 256 call preset in line 2x, 5x mode. I have a feeling that something is wrong because it's green. But we're going to see about that. Okay, that's back in the output options. What are we supposed to be using? The 256 call preset. Oh God. What is happening here? Sorry, guys. Don't look. If you're prone to seizures, don't look. I'm sorry. Oh God. Okay. I think I needed to tweak something. Okay, this is terrible. Hold on. Let me. Oh God. Okay. How am I gonna view that without showing you guys that? Yeah, that was not a challenge accepted. That is an aggressive error, yeah. At this point, it could be... Well... Possibly adjust phase and green-yellow offset. How am I going to do this? Do I need modified firmware for your hardware mod? Do you have to flash stock firmware onto it? You're talking about the PPU digitizer? I don't think so. Let me see. Maybe there is a newer firmware. Maybe that's a possibility. But I just bought this. I think this came from Copper Dragon. So actually, let me check. Tindy. Actually, I have a link in my description, don't I? Hold up. Hold up. Okay, let me go to... Oh, no, I didn't put it in there, did I? Shoot. Okay, well... I linked it to Bob. So let me go to my messages with Bob. There it is. Was there a... Nope, I don't see anything with the firmware. By now, the board is compatible and tested with PAL machines and all NTSC machines that use the common 2C02G PPU. Other NTSC PPUs will probably work. Have some glitches in rare cases. I don't see anything that references it needing to be updated. Oh, wasn't that modded firmware? Not modded firmware. I had to hardware mod the OSSC to get it to be my older version of the OSSC. I have a 1.7. The newer ones are 1.8 hardware. I did the hardware mod, and now it's compatible with the newer firmwares. So, oh, you're saying, do I need an update for the OSSC to support this? I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, it's kind of freaking out, but I don't know how to fix that without putting it on the screen. Now it's purple. I can't even read this thing. Okay, well, I think to avoid that nonsense for now, I'm gonna have to do some work offline to figure it out. It seems like it's working. The signal's there. It was green before, and then when we enabled LumaCode, it was purple. So I don't know if there was something wrong. The only thing that I could think of that could be causing that is maybe we're still not 100% isolated then from the trace that I cut on the RF module, and that little capacitor. Maybe that's still like lingering RF signal or something. I can. It's annoying to do that. I'll have to just, when I can look at it here, and I'll have to tweak it. Ugh, I know it's annoying to leave it like this, but dang. Man, we were so close. All right. Unfortunate, but I think we're going to have to leave it there. Maybe, so I guess I'll talk about my plans. I have to leave shortly, but I'll talk about my plans for going forward, right? So right now I kind of have a largish backlog of things, of mods to work on, right? So I said in the beginning, but I have a GameCube gem, retro gem, from Pixel Effects. So they sent me one early. I wanted to do that tonight, but Dan said that the installation instructions were not ready yet. So waiting on that, but I have one, so that's cool. Yeah, I have things floating around. I have that DS capture card, the what's his name? Loopy. Yeah, that one. Loopy capture card. Oh, NES LumaCode decoding enabled for the NES. Use the two. Yeah, so I did that. So I changed it to the 256 thing. Try setting ADC. So I'm gonna mess around with some settings. I'll take a screenshot of that. And Steffi Dam. Those two settings that I did the first one, but the bottom one I didn't try. So I'll have to try that sometime, and then poke around with it some more. It's probably just a setting. Hopefully it's a setting. Hopefully it's not the installation. But I mean, we were getting text, right? We were getting my EverDrive font on there, so it didn't blow up, and it's not like blinking red light. So that's good. All right. I hate to leave it here, but that's what we're going to do. Next week, we'll see. I really want to do the Retro Gem, so this might not come back next Sunday. I'm probably only going to, for the time being, I'm probably just going to switch to one night a week of streaming, because on Wednesdays I play World of Warcraft with my friend. That's like the day that we dedicated to play, because I stopped streaming. That was like the night that I used to stream, the Wednesday night. So now that's my World of Warcraft night. So Sundays are kind of back to the stream. So, but I will definitely be tweeting it or putting it on an also Blue Sky. If I do come up with a solution, a simple solution, and it looks really awesome, I'll have some more updates there, and maybe I'll link to in this video to those, so you can see at least screenshots or some video of it working. It didn't blow up yet. That's true. Yes, I wanted to do side-by-side comparison because I have a shit ton of NESs. Oh, back there. I have a bunch of NESs, so I could have gotten the RetroTink 4K on one side of the screen and then the LumaCode on the other side of the screen. So that's what I wanted to do if we got that far, but I got OSSC'd. I got OSD'd. So, all right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on Sunday next week for something else. Oh, somebody tweeted me. Let me check my tweets. Okay. Nope, nothing. Okay. All right. See everybody next week. Hopefully this will be working and we'll have something else cool to do. So